Hey y'all, so we're here today with, actually no, we're not, I gotta do a full introduction because I never do this.
Never.
I'm with Paul Revelia, owner of Pro Physique. I always feel like everyone knows, obviously both of us if you're tuning in. Most people do, but if you don't, this is Paul Revelia, one of my closest friends and business partners. So today I wanted to talk to you guys, and I also wanted to bring him in because we both have a lot of clients in bikini and figure and NPC in general. What to bring to a national show and kind of the differences between a local show versus a qualifier versus a national level show. There's a big difference.
Yes.
Obviously, the number one thing is quality of girls as well as quantity. I mean, we've been to a few of the national shows now the past few years, and they keep getting bigger. And
I think, at least from my perspective, attending the shows and seeing the quality really helps you step up your game, preparing as an athlete, as a coach.
Oh, yeah. So if one of them is close to you, there's only 6 national shows for the NPC, so of course that's going to limit if you can go to the show. Yeah. But if it's close to you, definitely suggest going. If not, NPC News Online has full coverage with all the photos. It's really helpful just to look at those. But I mean, there's at least in bikini, there's usually like 300 girls or so. So that's going to be a lot. Like last year at USA's, I think there was almost or over 50 girls in Class A. Like 50 girls in one class. Yeah. So you have to bring a different look, but you also have to make sure that everything else is right. So I always say it's less about what is right versus
more about what's not wrong.
Yeah. Because everyone pretty much looks good, and there's all the little details, and you've noticed that with your clients over time, like evolving and who does well and who continues to do better if they work on that.
The reason that I started working with you was after attending nationals, and you were so polished up there. And if you're going to watch a national level show and you're not really familiar with the sport, it just looks like a lot of really pretty girls in great shape getting up there and getting off, and you don't really know, okay, how did that girl win and that girl didn't. But after you attend and seeing Lauren win the overall at nationals, I was like, okay, my girl at nationals picked the wrong spray tan company, was too fast on stage, her hair wasn't right. She had a great physique, but she just blended right in with the crowd, and I didn't know how to coach that, and that's what brought us together, because you had all that experience. I mean, how many national shows had you done before the time you won your pro card?
I did 2 for figure, I did 2 for bikini, and then my 3rd bikini one. So I did 5 total national shows.
5 national shows. So you were comfortable on the national stage.
Yes, and that is a huge difference too that I want to point out. So it's not only the quality of girls as well as the quantity, it's being comfortable on a national stage feels a lot different than being comfortable on a local stage, and that's just comes with practice. There have been a few people who are like, oh my god, I just won my pro card and I've never competed before. Most people are not like that, right? There's always those people who win their pro card at their 3rd show, but for the most part, people have to really, really work on trial and error and building that confidence. And because at nationals, you will be waiting on the side. There will be an expediter, and then as soon as the girl in front of you moves from the back pose or starts moving, they will send you out on stage. So the routines are very fast, and you need to be able to have confidence while still executing rather quickly. So it's not rushed, it's still confidence in your poses, but knowing that you really only do have a few seconds. So every second that you are on there matters. If you're waiting on the side and you don't look good, the judges aren't going to look at you. They just don't need to, because there's 300 other girls they can look at.
Well, and a lot of times the judges, once they've glanced at the girls on stage, I notice they glance off stage to see what's going on over there, because if they see something they like, they're going to be like, okay, we're going to pay attention to her.
Yeah. So you really have to, from the second that you are visible to the judges, even if you are, I keep pointing over here, like stage left, over here, even if you're kind of what you think would be behind the curtain or waiting on the side, you still need to be posing on the stairs. If the judge can half see you and you're not smiling, your stomach's hanging out, you're just kind of slumped over, they're just going to be, oh, why the hell am I going to look at that girl? So it's just the reality of a national level show. Also, the other things to keep in consideration are all of the other things, like if you're going to do the show, booking the host venue, booking the host hotel. It's usually going to be connected to the venue, or at least, I know for nationals, it's literally everything's in there. Check-ins, tanning, the show, you don't have to leave. Same thing with junior nationals, we're going to that. If you guys are there, definitely come say hi.
Chicago, what's up?
Woo! At USA's, it's not like that. It's at a auditorium, so it's a little bit different, but if you can stay at the host venue, be as close as possible. Book the host Tanner. They're always going to be there for you. You know, try to have all these things, you know, set up beforehand. If you're going to have meals delivered, know that you're going to do that. Or map out a grocery store that's close by.
Yes.
You know, all those things have to be done beforehand so that when you do get to the show, there's not going to be stress, because there's a lot going on when you're competing against, there's probably going to be 1,000 people checking in. You're going to get overwhelmed. And I mean, everyone gets overwhelmed.
One thing that I always remember you told me about when you used to compete at nationals was you would go to the show and you would get caught up like, oh, I saw somebody I haven't seen in a while.
Oh my God.
And like that's a nice hotel, let's go walk around.
Yeah.
And competing would actually kind of be like, oh yeah, I got to compete still.
Yep.
Whereas at nationals, you were like,
laser.
Hi, bye, to your room, sitting there, know when you were going to be on. Until the show was over, you were pretty much inaccessible. You did your thing, ignored everyone, put yourself first.
Yeah.
And I think that's another big mistake a lot of first-time national competitors do, is because there's going to be a lot of well-known people there. It's like an expo.
Yeah. There's
people
a
you're
lot
probably
going
familiar with on social media, your friends are there, and you can kind of get caught up in the like buddy-buddy aspect of it and forget that you came here to kick ass.
Yeah, you came here to, and I, like Paul said, I used to be really guilty of this. Before I went on stage for Team U, I was literally in the middle of a conversation and they said, you're next. And I was like, oh, I gotta go on stage. Like, that's how distracted I can get. If you guys follow my channel, you know that that's how I am. So I'm either like I'm either like 100% focused or like squirrel brain, you know, hamster on a wheel kind of a thing.
Yes.
So for me, it took okay, Lauren, take a step back. This is a competition. While though, I know it's not like, a basketball game, but this is like our competition. Like, this is what we train for. So I had to bring that like sport mentality and that seriousness to it. And you don't have to be an asshole to everyone. I'm not saying that. Like, don't be like, oh my God, I watched this video and Lauren said not to talk to anyone backstage. No, I'm not saying that. But don't go out of your way to like overly like, oh my God, and like run yourself down. So be nice to people, make conversation, but when it's time to go on stage beforehand, you're focused on you. The only way that I can stay focused that I found was posing beforehand, because at nationals they try to keep things moving. So like the class will be on stage and then they'll literally have like 2 other classes lined up. So when you're waiting in those lines, it's kind of like, okay, I'm just waiting here. Maybe I should talk to somebody. Maybe I should. And that's when I got myself really like off track. So I will just start posing and just kind of thinking over what I'm doing. So then when I get on stage, that's the most important thing. Yeah,
so I'm going to use my client Samantha Paparo, who is an awesome competitor, has done a couple national shows. Last year at USA's, she got behind on her eating schedule and had only eaten once by the time she got on stage, because she was sitting in the auditorium for like 3 or 4 hours talking with her friends and family, which I totally get, but it kind of put us back. She kind of flattened out. The auditorium was really hot, if you remember. So she was a little bit dehydrated, and we were able to perk her physique back up by the time she got on stage, but it was just the stress of it, and it's a highly volatile situation, and you don't want to get overwhelmed. Sorry, Samantha, for using an example, but
no, we've all done that. I mean,
it's something even as a coach have to pay more attention to, and that's why we're going to these shows this year. So last year we went to 2 national shows. This year 3. But it's a learning process for us as coaches as well. And I mean, having Lauren's experience as a competitor, it's been invaluable for our clients, I think. Like, it's been
it's definitely a game changer when and I've made all these mistakes and more, so that's why I want to share that with you guys. Kind of a teaser, I do have a book coming out soon on just all the little details of the hair, makeup, tanning, all the stuff that I've learned over the past 6+ years to kind of troubleshoot for you guys. So I'll definitely be talking about that more in the future when it's out, but I've got to work on that, so that's
it's a big mistake, teasing something that's not out.
I know, but isn't that what you're supposed to do with a teaser? Like,
I don't know.
Hey, this is coming soon.
You're gonna start getting emails. Hey, when's that book out?
Soon. I will definitely let everyone know via social. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. And like Paul said, we will be at Junior Nationals. Oh my God!
That is the intro.
Oh my God,
that is the intro.
Oh God, video. Story of my life. Okay, we will be at Junior Nationals in Chicago. We will be at USA's in Vegas, and we will be at Nationals in Miami.
Yes, and
signing off.
Olympia.
Oh yeah, of course the Olympia. That's a given. But yeah, so take all those tips, you guys. If the national shows are starting soon. Junior USA's is in May, so that is next month. So they're gonna start rolling out. I've personally never been to the one I haven't been to is
Junior USA's.
That one, but also Pittsburgh.
Team U? Oh.
I competed Team U. Pittsburgh. Gary, you did show North American. I haven't been there, but I've heard it's a massive show. because they do a pro show, regular open and
it
masters.
includes Canada.
And
North Americans.
they have,
Yeah.
I mean, it's nuts how big the show is, but they are very well run from everything I've heard. They send you text messages like when the next classes
Yeah.
are going on. So
I've been impressed. Like nationals and USA's.
yeah,
I've been very impressed
very-
with how organized they are.
they had to adapt. You know, the shows got really
Yeah.
big. So I can't speak to those, but I've only heard good things. So
Okay. All right.
thank you guys for watching, and catch us next time.